With graphics like that, this guy must work out. There is our hive. We're probably 15 foot off the ground. Take off some siding to expose them. See where they go. Alright, so here's our setup. We are 15 foot off the ground on that side. We had to buy 2 pancake scaffoldings. That first section there was all honey, and not this one, but this one over here. So I got to cut all the way over. I'm thinking all the way out to this side is probably brood. I hope it doesn't go around the side. We got that much honey, this much scrap so far. The bee vac didn't work where the crap doesn't have enough suction. So right now I'm using this vacuum, and I believe it's probably killing the bees instead of sucking them up. Haven't found the queen yet. Hoping we can do that in this next section. But I've got their numbers down, and hopefully we'll hit brood in that area. Alright, so we had honey and that frame, brood there, and then honey there. There was nothing out here and nothing in this one. So it wasn't too bad. It only went back probably 16 inches because it's boxed off just past where you can see there. It was quite a bit of brood. The brood actually ran this direction, and then the honey on both of those sides ran the other direction, which was kind of interesting. It is going down in the wall. At least the bees are in some of their mess. About the end of where those bricks turn sideways, it stops about there all the way through. But we got all the capped honey out, and here's all the mess that we cut out, brood that I couldn't use or didn't have, didn't need them. And then a bunch of empty comb. I'll put this out in my bee yard and let the bees rob it when I get home. But that little nuke has 5 frames of brood. And then I've dumped a bunch of bees in there. And I'm waiting on them to calm down a little bit. There's still 2 balls up there, one where the brood was and one where the honey was in this last section. I'm hoping the queen's within that, but we'll find out. Alright folks, I'm back the next day. We never did find the queen. I don't know if she got sucked up in the vacuum, but my solution to that was I cleaned off all the brood that was in the trash bucket, put in some brood that had some good cells in it in this box, which was the vacuum box that didn't work, and then there's also some brood down here. So my intent was that if something did happen to the queen, they only had 2 choices to go to, and it looks like they're still hovering around this box. There's nothing on this one, so I'll probably get rid of this one today. I'm trying to force them into that box, and if the queen is dead, make a new queen. The vacuum didn't work, unfortunately. That vacuum was way too strong, and like I said, I could not get the bee vac to work. So unfortunately, there's probably 4 pound, 2-3 pounds of bees down there that are all dead, unfortunately, due to my ignorance. Like I said, it's 15 foot up, And some of the many tricks that I learned on this one is that platform wasn't big enough for me, a bee-vac plus all the buckets I needed. So by the time I cut all the honeycomb out, that entire platform was covered in wet stickiness. It was an absolute mess. There wasn't enough room for all the tools, so I was basically working on my knees in order to get in there and cut the comb out. Also, the brood had honey, capped honey at the top of it, so when I went to cut it out to frame it up, it actually got honey all over everything. So I ended up having to go back and cut out the stickiness and try to get just a good brood on the frame. So quite a few lessons learned on this one. Hopefully next time I'll have a decent bee-vac, because the one I had did not work. We've got a storm coming in, so today I am just going to cover this up with some plastic, drape it over the rack, and protect the house from getting any more damage and protect the bees. And then I will be back once all the storm front moves out, probably someday next week, to finish up the damage that the bees inflicted. So there it is. This guy needs to be a poster child for birth control. If you like that video, hit subscribe.